In today's video, we're going to be comparing WWE 2k18 on the Nintendo Switch 1 to how it runs on the new Nintendo Switch 2. So this is how slow WWE 2k18 ran on the original Nintendo Switch. This is The Undertaker's entrance, and in the same fashion, other areas of this game ran so poorly that it became a meme. It was the worst Nintendo Switch port, at least until Mortal Kombat 1 came out. With MK1 though, at least it was patched repeatedly and turned out to be a pretty decent port on the Switch 1. WWE 2k18 never got that treatment, and so in today's video we're going to be seeing how WWE 2k18 and The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition run on the Nintendo Switch 2. Before we get to the video though, the like button is feeling kind of lonely, so do me a solid and hit that real quick. I've also got a Discord you can check out, link to that is in the description. I'm going to be doing a Street Fighter 6 Switch 2 review video as well as Street Fighter 6 online matches, so be on the lookout for that. But in getting to the video, as you can see, I started the video at the beginning of The Undertaker's entrance, and he's still on the ramp. He hasn't even got to the ring yet. That's how slow it was on the original Switch. So let's rewind it a bit and let's see how the Switch 2 handles The Undertaker's entrance. This is going to be a side-by-side, Switch 1 on the left, Switch 2 on the right. We're also going to be taking a look at some gameplay. But here, to be fair to the original Nintendo Switch, The Undertaker's entrance was always kind of slow even in real life, but the difference in the performance of the hardware cannot be denied. And it's not like WWE 2k18 got patched. This is literally the exact same game on the same update, just being run on better hardware. So let's check out a few other entrances. Here we got the showstopper, Shawn Michaels, one of my favorite wrestlers from back in the day. My all-time favorite, Stone Cold Steve Austin's entrance, running at full speed like it never did before. And you're gonna find this is the same pretty much all around the board. All the entrances in this game run better on the Switch 2, but one thing to note is that I did notice that Shawn Michaels' DX entrance is still bugged, which means he doesn't show up and you don't even hear the music. The only thing that you can see is the Titantron playing on the screen. I was wondering maybe if that was caused by low memory, then maybe it would have worked on the Switch 2, but that's not the case. Now, when I first bought WWE 2k18 on the original Nintendo Switch way back when it originally came out, I had a lot of fun with it, even though I could only play one-on-one matches. One-on-one matches in this game on the original Switch ran slower than on console, but they ran decently enough for me to enjoy. However, tag team matches and anything over two people in the ring at the same time ran so terribly bad. But I am happy to inform you that the Nintendo Switch 2 finally has a decent WWE game, and all it needed was a little more RAM. Here you can see me playing the same match with the same characters on the original Switch. This tag team match ran very slowly, but on the Switch 2 it runs at full speed. I was a little bit skeptical about 6-man tag matches even on the Switch 2, but I guess I shouldn't have been worried at all because I loaded up a 6-man tag and it runs at full speed also. Here you can see some gameplay of that. So I think if you can find this game on the eShop or like a physical copy of it for like $5 on the Switch 2, then you probably are going to have a lot of fun if you don't mind the outdated roster and mechanics. It's still a 2K WWE game with a ton of features, just a ton of customization options, but it does obviously have no online. It's been gone for like 5 years. It's still a little buggy, but if it ran like this on the original Switch, I never would have stopped playing it. Now let's take a look at The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off at the loading screen on both, and we're gonna see how long either version takes to load into the open world, and we're gonna do this twice. This first comparison is going to be for early in the game. Like at this point, I haven't even found a Yennefer yet, and this is the first world, so it's going to be kind of small. Later on, you gain access to larger worlds in this game, but here we can see that the Switch 2 loaded it pretty much instantly, but on the original Switch, it took a while. Another thing to notice as well is the frame rate is a lot smoother on the Switch 2. Here you can see Roach galloping on both versions and in the same area, and on Switch 1 you can tell the resolution is taking a massive hit. But what you will notice on Switch 2 is that this does not happen. The resolution stays consistent and everything is clear instead of blurry like on the original Switch. You will notice there's more detail on this character here, and that's just because the resolution is staying consistent instead of dropping, so everything is not blurry, so you can actually see some of the finer details. Now let's try loading up another one of my save files. This one is way later in the game. This is after the end of the story. It's one of the DLC missions with Shani. I actually never finished either of the DLC, but whatever. Let's see how long this takes to load into the world. Well, I do gotta say I am a little bit surprised. I expected the Nintendo Switch 2 to be able to load this one pretty much instantly as well, like in the early game, but I guess that it's just not able to for some reason. I'm curious how this part of the game loads on other consoles, but having said that, the Switch 2 still loads it way faster than the original Switch. Alright, so that's gonna be it for this video. I'm gonna have a Street Fighter 6 for Switch 2 review video out soon, and some gameplay as well, so be on the lookout for that. I'm Switch Played, done.